Hello, it's Simon Zutshi here, and in this video, I'm going to be answering the question, should you remortgage now or should you wait? Now, with the rising interest rates, Bank of England rates just gone up to 4% in February 2023. Rates are very high, and people are saying, well, if I've got a variable mortgage, which has now cost me an absolute fortune, should I remortgage now or should I wait for rates coming down? So that's what we're going to answer in this particular video. So my name's Simon Zutshi. I've been investing in property since 1995. I'm the author of Property Magic, the Amazon #1 property bestseller. I'm the founder of the Property Investors Network, the largest network for property investors in the UK. And I've been teaching people like you how to become successful investors since 2003. Now, of course, I have to say, I am not qualified to give you financial advice. I want to educate you and get you thinking so you can go and seek the correct advice to make the right decision for you. But the point of this particular video is I know there are a lot of people who are on variable interest rates, and for some of those people, in the last year, their monthly mortgage payment have literally tripled. That means for homeowners, suddenly it's very expensive to pay their own mortgage, and some people might be struggling to do that. Some landlords are struggling because the rent coming in from their single-let properties might be less than they're now paying on their mortgage every single month. So why has this happened? Well, if you have a fixed interest rate, or if you have no mortgage at all, obviously interest rates are not a problem. But many people have a variable rate. What that means is it goes up and down as the Bank of England rate also changes. Now, historically, for about the last decade, the Bank of England has been incredibly low at 0.5%. Prior to the credit crunch in 2007, 2008, it was about 5.5%. But it's been really low. So that means many people who had mortgages prior to the credit crunch, instead of changing their mortgage, remortgaging when the fixed rate period ends and they went on to standard variable rates where normally you would remortgage, they've decided to stay on the variable rate because it was really low. And they've had great cash flow for the past decade. But when rates started to go up in February 2022, that was the writing on the wall that because of the recession and everything going on, maybe rates were going to go up. In fact, if you were watching my YouTube channel about a year ago, if you were listening to my podcast, we started to say, hey, you know what? If you've got variable rates, you might want to think about fixing some of those rates. Now, people who took action, who listened to what we said, are very happy now because they fixed very low rates early last year and, they haven't got this problem. That would, by the way, be an idea why you might want to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon as well, because I do a lot of timely videos on things like this, and you really want to be watching those videos when they first come out rather than 6 or 12 months later. So if you're a regular or if you've just found this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell icon to make sure you get notified whenever these timely videos come out. So what do you do right now? Now, historically, when I have remortgaged my properties, I've gone onto a 5-year fixed rate. Normally, if you have a 2-year fixed or a 5-year fixed, the 5-year is a slightly higher rate because the banks are saying, well, we don't know what's going to happen to rates. And so if you want that stability for 5 years, we're going to charge you slightly more. Now, I've normally gone for that option personally because I'd rather have that stability. And I think in 5 years' time, I'll worry about what the rates might be at that point. No one knows, so why worry about them? However, if I'm refinancing out, and I'm refinancing a couple of properties now, which were on fixed rates before, they're just coming to the end of those fixed rates, the rates are quite high. And I believe that rates will eventually come down. Why? Well, if you look at the swap rates, the rates that banks borrow at, they've started to come down. So although we've just had another interest rate rise to the Bank of England, and we might get a few more in the future because they're trying to control inflation, I believe long-term rates are going to come down. So personally, what I'm doing, mortgages I'm fixing now, I'm only fixing for 2 years, when normally I would do 5 years. Because I think 2 years from now, the rates are probably going to be lower, and then I'll probably then fix for 5 years. So that's just my opinion. I might be right, I might be wrong. I really encourage you guys to get your own financial advice. The idea of fixing a mortgage gives you certainty and stability. Some people decide to have some fixed mortgages and some variable mortgages. So they're hedging their bets depending on what happens to interest rates. The one thing I just want you to be really careful of, if rates go up much further, Are you going to be able to afford that? Are you going to be able to sustain further increases in interest rates? Because obviously, the more you're paying on your mortgage, the less profit you're going to make from the property every single month. So just think about that. I do know some landlords who, before Christmas, were saying if rates go up any further, they would be in negative cash flow. Negative cash flow is where you take the rent each month, less all the costs, and actually you're not making money, you're losing money. It means you have to put money in to your property every single month. That is not a good situation to be in, and that's contrary to one of my golden rules, which is rule number 3, where you should only invest in property that makes you positive cash flow. So you do need to do something if you've got these dangerously high interest rates. Get some good advice, decide what you want to do. If you're buying property moving forward, as I said, what I'm doing right now is fixing for 2 years, because I think after that, rates are going to come down. If you want stability, you might fix at 5 years. So the choice is completely yours. I do hope this has been useful for you. We're going to be doing some more topical videos as the market changes. I believe this can be such an incredible time in 2023 for you to find some great property deals. So I really encourage you to stay plugged in to this channel, educate yourself, and take action to make sure you don't miss out on what's probably going to be the best buying opportunity of this decade. So as ever, I encourage you to invest with knowledge, invest with skill. Please like this video if you like it. Put some comments below. I'll come and answer as many as I possibly can. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon. So until next time, remember, invest with knowledge, invest with skill. I do hope you got massive value from watching this YouTube video. I'd encourage you to click on the link below to come and do the online training with me. And I've got another video lined up for you, which I think is also going to be really useful that you should watch once you've registered for the online training with me. So invest with knowledge, invest with skill. I'll see you very soon.